Hi, everybody. Katrina Rasbold here, and this is Ask a Witch. Now, as a lot of you know, one of the things I do in my practice is I do spiritual cleansings on people to help them to recover from curses, hexes, crossings, any kind of psychic trauma, or even attachments to the past, hooks that they might have in them, addictions, this sort of thing. And it's a big part of what I do. And one of the things that we use in that practice is sacred sprays. And people have asked me what my favorite ones are. And I do have a couple that I want to share with you today. And I think the one that we use the most often is Florida water. And every conjure person that makes Florida water has their own recipe that they use. I have mine, and that's what I showed you is my Florida water. It's available at crossroadsoccult.com. Just click on order products online and then click on sacred sprays, and that'll take you right to the space. But Florida water is usually going to be citrus and or flower smells that are combined into a spray, or sometimes it's not even a spray, they'll just have it in a bottle. Also, the degree of citrus or the degree of floral scent is going to be highly individual. Everybody has their own recipe. Like I said, I've got my favorite, and that's what I put together. My friend Gladys Gordillo from 100 Fires Apothecary has her own mix, which is really beautiful. Hers is more floral. Mine has a little citrus. So everybody has their own gig with Florida water. And it's not called Florida because of the state of Florida. It's called Florida referencing flora or flowers as a primary ingredient of it. So I'm telling you here, we just take baths in this stuff. If we're having an icky day out in the shop, meaning people have come in that have a lot of challenges and they've got a lot of negativity around them, we just do this all over us and just let that stuff fall on us, and it's rejuvenating. It feels wonderful. What I use it for too is when I'm working on a client using the egg, or I want to get a really good connection with them to use for diagnostics or to send energy to them if I'm sending a lot of Reiki to their kidney area or to their lung area, whatever I might be working on. I put that on my hands, and it acts kind of like, if you can imagine an ultrasound transducer jelly that conveys the energy of the ultrasound into the reader or into the transducer, it's like that. So my hands are better able to sense and pick up the energy of the client if I've got that Florida water on them, and I can just send it up and down the client and be a little bit more sensitive. And when you're working with a client's well-being, you really do want all the tools you can get at your disposal to do a good read and take good care of them. So that's what we use the Florida water on. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take the Florida water. We have a section at the end of the cleansing where we do a sweeping on them to get rid of any additional lingering psychic debris that might be there. And so I'll take a pheasant wing or a really soft broom, and I'll just really hose it down with the Florida water and just whack the crap out of them with it to just get that sweeping effect down. You may have seen this in some of the videos if you've watched curanderas or brujas or brujos do the burrito where they're sweeping. They'll use branches, and you can do the same thing with branches, provided they're branches that are conducive to goodness, such as bay leaves or laurel or marigolds or something along those lines. You wouldn't want to take, I don't know, like oleander, which is poison, and use that to sweep them down. So it's got to be something that's going to help their good fortune or their healing or something conducive to their own health. So you just use the sacred sprays on them and then use that to sweep them down. So those are some uses for Florida water. You can also use it to bless your home. Our Florida waters are fabric safe, they're pet safe, and so I use them on the couch, I use them on my sheets, I mop my floor with it. I do everything with my Florida water. I love it. So another, I would say my second, so you're going to get the number one and the number two, the runner up of my sacred sprays. I don't make, and I wouldn't really try to, because this is a lifelong tradition. It's just amazing. And that's Pastor Davis 7 African Powers spray. Here at Crossroads, we call it the Holy Aquanet because it's actually aerosol. Now, my husband does make 7 African Powers powder and 7 African Powers spray, and it's a very specific recipe that's a traditional recipe. It's one of the very few hoodoo recipes that has actual amounts given for what you're going to the proportions of each item that you're going to put into it. But it's different than this. This is Pastor Davis, and you don't mess with Pastor Davis. This is an amazing formula. It's getting harder and harder to get, and I have ordered several that were knockoffs. They were not the same Pastor Davis. Pastor Davis has a very unique and immediately identifiable smell, and I use it exactly the same way as I use the Florida water. And yep, we're going to do that. Just let it fall all over us, and you just feel the blessings just showering down on you. I use it after the healing to seal the healing and to provide a final blessing for my client when I'm done. It's just wonderful stuff. So those are my two favorite sprays, and since you asked, and I hope that you enjoy that information and that you're able to get some use out of it. I also want to announce, and I'm very excited about this, that on our website, crossroadsoccult.com, I'm starting to do Zoom consultations. So you can get a card reading, you can talk magic and have a magical consultation, or you can have a life path consultation. It's $65 for 30 minutes, and you can order it right there on the website. What I do need for you to do if you order that is to email me so we can set up a time. I can only do them on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and we'll want to coordinate a time that works best for you and best for me so we could get you in there. I usually do have a waiting list, but we'll get you in as soon as possible. So anyway, thank you for being here, and that's our Ask a Witch for today. How about those two favorite sacred sprays? Those are my best ones. So y'all take care. Bye-bye.